Welcome, whatever the heck you identify as. Today we're talking about balisongs relatively efficiently. Create with a Nabalis was a thing that happened, and it was absolutely incredible. And it's also incredible the wide-eyed, absolutely baffled face that I managed to put on Ethan, because I didn't prep him for this intro whatsoever. Create with Nabalis happened. People made some incredibly cool balisongs completely out of nowhere, some from completely random sketches. They're really cool, they're really interesting, and I also have this. This is a thing that I own, and it does things, and it does stuff, and boy howdy does it do things like that. And it's fantastic and wonderful. And I can also play video games with it. There's also some news. What's new with you, Ethan?
Call him Doge because I was not ready for that level of efficiency. Oh my lord. Well,
That is the
thanks for watching the
worst
Blade
way you
Bias
could have
podcast.
responded. Yeah, thanks for watching whatever
We
you
don't
identify as.
we don't even need to go into the next hour because
Nope.
it's just basically all that.
Yep.
What's new with
All
me?
that. All that. That was a show on Nickelodeon. You were like,
True.
you were barely a molecule. You were barely the thought of a fetus when that show was airing. But then again, so was I. Anyway, continue. Welcome to the Blade Bias Podcast. We occasionally eventually get to talking about ballad songs.
Yeah, I mean, you did kind of have that very efficient. As someone pointed out in the last video, I derailed that train pretty quickly. Um, No, what's new with me? There honestly isn't much. I'm kind of just riding the wave of the upload schedule of all the Create with Nabalis stuff. Segway, the Segway master. Um, and just looking forward to some of the new things that we've been seeing lately. But I tell you what, the Create with Nabalis stuff has created an excitement within
Whoa.
me that
Yeah.
I haven't really felt since the Zippy Cycloid V2, which is crazy to say.
Really?
That
The Zippy Cycloid V2 was your previous most excited moment prior to Create with Nabalis.
So no, I shouldn't say that it's my most, but it is the first
Okay.
time that I felt this type of excited. Because the last
Okay.
time the Zippy Cycloid V2 to me was an engineering in terms of balisong masterpiece. Like it was just so many cool ideas presented and stacked on top of each other that just didn't feel like they
Mm.
should have been able to exist. And
Yeah.
Create with Nabalis is the first time I have felt that way about a balisong in a while. And I mean, you have it right there. The Bird of Prey. That thing has, I mean, I count at least, gosh, that one is so pretty. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, you only have the white one,
I
right?
only have the white one. That one is
Yeah.
so cool looking. I mean, if
Yeah.
you just look at the Bird of Prey and it has, gosh, I think 3 or 4 design features that are either never before seen or extremely rare and difficult to pull off. From the G10 to the aluminum insert in the blade to the aluminum anodization that's faded to the weight system, it just like all of that came from a sketch. All of that came from merely a seed in someone's mind. And I think that that is what excited me so much about them.
Yeah.
Like I titled the video I did on it, I can't believe it exists.
Yeah, I what we said in the video that we did on it was it's not like to Will and I, it's not a perfect ballad song, but it's so cool that it is able to exist at all, and I don't think there would have been a way for it to exist unless it was just this type of competition
Yeah.
where just whoever won and they had their ballad song made. And that to me is just such a cool thing. And yeah, as you said, there are so many features of it. I fully disassembled this thing, including these G10, the G10 inlays like in the handles themselves.
Oh gosh.
Not easy to do,
I
and I
bet.
literally had to take a razor blade to it to pry it out, and I did some damage to it.
Oh, I
But
hate
there's
that.
a world where I'll be able to anodize this one in a really cool way, which I'm really excited about.
Wait,
But yeah,
anodize?
I'm sorry, dye the G10.
I see. Okay.
Um, yeah, dye this white
I was gonna
G10
say,
to
what
make it.
did you discover?
Well, actually, what I was thinking would be really cool, as a quick tangent, because it's so unique. But imagine taking this one, taking the G10 out of this one
Hmm.
and putting it into this one, but dyeing the white G10 with the same type of fade that this has. It may be like reversing it, so this starts like purple at the
Yeah.
bottom and then goes to blue. I think that could look pretty cool. So I don't know how
It
far
might be. It
I'll
might be
go
too
with that,
uniform,
but
but
maybe.
I like the
Maybe.
reversing
The other
idea.
option would be doing what's in the blade and making that on it. Like there's a
Ooh.
lot of ways to go. But yeah, and that's not even including the side G10 piece or we believe is a 3D printed piece at the bottom. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. What?
But sorry, go ahead.
I should find my bird of prey. What makes you? I was wondering when I was watching you guys unbox it. What makes you think it's 3D printed? Like, did they say that specifically?
So I can't find any information on it, but when you look at it, like whenever you take it out and you look really closely at it, it just has a completely different feel to it than the G10 has, and the actual, like when you really look closely in the video that we did, I did a close-up shot trying to
Hmm.
show the difference between it, but just the way it's made would be really difficult to make it out of G10, and it just doesn't look machined
Oh, I
when you
feel
look
it.
at it actually from the inside. Like when you take it apart, it just looks different. So yeah, but if you look at that G10 piece and then the base piece, like on the side, you can see the texture on it is completely different.
I do
And if
kind
you
of feel
feel
the
it too,
difference too,
yeah. So it may not
because
be 3D printed, but
it's a
it's
good
pretty
theory.
wild.
That is a
Yeah,
good theory.
yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, they're incredible. And the other two, the Overlord and the Reverie, are pretty exceptional too. I think that you would like the Overlord. I don't. I know you haven't flipped the Overlord. I don't think you
Yeah,
would have any
unfortunately not.
qualms. I don't think you would have any qualms with it at all. But so you generally don't like G10 balisongs,
Yeah,
but you seem
that's
to
fair to
not
say.
mind this at all, which was
So
interesting to me.
it's the same reason I don't mind the Vault Pro. It's because there's so many places on it where your fingers can get relief from the G10. What I
Mm,
really don't like is when it's just full scales and the G10's covering everything. Like here,
like
half the
our
time my
boy.
hands, yeah, half the time my hands are going to be touching aluminum. I also find that this, because of the way that they have machined it, there isn't really any like flat surfaces to become chalky. It feels very
Mm,
tactile and it feels very sharp. So there isn't kind of like
not
that
chap.
chalky feel that yeah, not sharp, exactly.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
I
The technical term.
despise. The technical term, but
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There isn't sort of like that chalky feeling that I despise because my fingers are too busy being assaulted by the kind of sharp machining that they've done on it, which is
Okay.
kind of a plus in my eyes. But
Interesting.
yeah, it joins the ranks of the Vault Pro, and I think that's it of G10 balisongs that I really don't mind.
Okay. That's that was what I was most interested to hear from you. Since we made our video, Will and I gave the G10 a hard time. It's smoothed out a lot in the time that
Oh,
I've
has it?
mostly had both of them in my possession since in the time that we've had them. And yeah, it's smoothed out a lot. And I really
Good.
like how it flips too. It's pretty long overall. Like the
Yeah.
handles, like it feels long, but I'm so impressed with it. And again, to paint the picture for the people that don't know about Create with Nabalis, the fact that it was a whole competition where anybody could submit something and it was just community voted. The person that made this was not like, oh, they're a huge member of the community and they've already been designing ballad songs and they happen to win. Like, no. I think even at this moment, the person that won has less than like 200 or 300 followers on Instagram or something like that. Yeah. It's pretty. I could actually check it right now and verify before. Yeah, 129 followers.
Wow.
Which I don't measure the success of a person based on the amount of followers they have on Instagram, but that is not a lot of followers within the ballad song
it
space.
still measures like awareness.
Yeah. So I just that the fact that these exist and that Nabalis was willing to put in the time to develop them, which is so expensive to do. Prototyping is so expensive to do. It's just cool. And that fact that all of them turned out like just really good.
Yeah.
They're all just really good.
Like you said, they're not perfect. Like I don't think, having not tried the Overlord and just basing on what I've heard, none of them are like perfect.
No.
But the fact, like, I was going into Create with Nabalis, even like the voting and everything, kind of just expecting like a really mediocre experience of like, all right, let's take a good, honest, let's be honest with ourselves. Let's take a look at the engineering challenges that Nabalis is going to have to go through to make this. These are not going to be cream of the crop ballad songs. They're probably going to be pretty mediocre. They'll be a cool thing to add to your collection, but they'll be kind of like gimmicky or whatever.
Yeah.
I would go as far to say that not one of them is very like gimmicky at all, and all of them are incredibly competent flippers. Based on what you like, of course. I know some people probably wouldn't like the balance profile of like the Bird of Prey or the Reverie or whatever. But like separating yourself from that, whoopsies. It genuinely, the fact that they were able to do that with all of those challenges that they went through, with all the drawings that they had to go through, all the prototypes they had to go through, and the fact that they're all still relatively cheap is insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Especially this one. Like from a material standpoint, it's not that crazy, but from a construction and prototyping standpoint, my God, even like people even like I mentioned like, oh, it has this like faded, steel piece. Even this little one, like,
I
don't has that been done in a ballad song? A metal insert in the blade?
Not as far as I know.
Yeah, like
it's a first of its kind.
It's crazy, and I am currently amidst learning Fusion 360 to learn my own, like, making my own ballad song ideas come to life and stuff. That is hard. Learning those programs is hard.
It's so much.
And it's one thing making a model in a computer. It's another thing bringing that to life and going through the steps of making an aluminum piece fit into a steel thing, and it's just pressed in there. I could not get this out for the life of me, which makes me wonder, how did they get it in?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Obviously, there's press fitting. You couldn't push out a Zen pin if you wanted to, but it just, like, I am really trying, and I can't get it out. It's crazy. But so you like them, or you like the Bird of Prey overall?
I do. I like all the ones I've tried so far. I don't even want to think about the amount of prototypes that they went through. Prototyping is like the most expensive part of making any product in something like this. Creating like the process to make it is always kind of ends up being where your R&D budget goes. But man, the fact that they still made it. I mean, I'm certain the Vault Pro also took quite a while to make.
Yes,
but like
I'm
shocked they're a comparable price.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this just had so many more iterations, like it just, the amount of prototyping that this specifically had to go through. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm just completely overestimating it.
No, I mean, you can see on Nabalis's YouTube channel, like that, and on their Instagram, where they document, like they talk about the number of variations they had to go through, and even just specifically this middle piece, like how they went through the trouble of trying to figure out, do we make a bunch of the aluminum pieces and then anodize them, or do we just do like a sheet of like
Right.
an anodized sheet and then cut that out? But then so I think like it was too thin and then it was too thick and then like yeah, just a bunch of different things, and that's just for a cosmetic thing in
Yeah.
the blade, let alone all these other pieces that they had to figure out. And it's just, and especially as I've been learning to make things in Fusion 360, like I respect this even more than I did when Will and I made our video about it. It's crazy. Now the Reverie.
The Reverie.
Of course, if you guys want the detailed thoughts from Ethan, there's the Blade Bias videos that already exist. How do you feel about the grip on the Reverie?
It's not very grippy. It's
Yeah.
probably the biggest. I think if it had better grip, I would go so far as to say it would be one of my favorite battle songs, period, in that price range. Like, I have been enjoying the Reverie that much. But unfortunately, especially with the introduction of Teflon coatings recently, it's so slippery. And the very simplistic handles don't help at all. Zero, zilch, zip. So it doesn't ruin it by any means. Like, slippery ballad songs have existed for as long as time itself. But yeah, that's definitely probably the weakest point of it, I would say.
Yeah. The blade is so cool. I almost feel like there's a bit of like a texture to the blade.
Yeah.
I almost feel like the texture from the blade would have been interesting to see on the handles too.
Ooh,
That would have been a difficult thing to pull off. But yeah, the blade in particular, I think, is one of the coolest aspects of it. And the story of this one, for those that haven't seen our video about it, I gave a brief rundown of it, but basically, Neil, the person that designed it, he was inspired by Damascus blades with this whole little cutout thing, and specifically like handmade battle songs like the JW, makes it the JW Magnet, Palatheus, makers like that. That's who he was inspired by, and actual traditional Philippine ballad songs, because he is from the Philippines. Like his own father bought him a actual proper like Batangas ballad song that I guess he didn't actually like, and is like he literally says in the video, like in his interview with Nabalis, do not buy Filipino ballad songs for flipping. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Like he doesn't say that exactly, but he's like, they're not good for flipping. Don't buy them for flipping.
I'd hope people realize that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've been curious that if you go to ballasong.com, there's some incredibly interesting stuff on there.
I would love to own
For
one. It'd be so cool.
shockingly affordable prices too. Who knows how well they would hold up, but it's fascinating to go on there. But I just think that's a cool story how he was inspired by the history of the hobby, a company like Nabalis, but also handmade stuff too, and it's just a cool representation. What did you go to ballasong.com?
I went to ballasong.com, and the first thing I see is a kitchen knife. Just a normal, imagine a kitchen knife where the blade is, twice the size of the little handle that you hold. But the handle is the two Ballasong hand.
I'm looking at it right now.
It's the most ridiculous
What
thing I've
is
ever seen in
that?
my life.
Do the handles move? They can't move, right? It's $650.
For our
Okay,
audio
I'm sorry,
listeners
Ethan.
who
I'm
don't
sorry,
exist,
Ethan. You're gonna have to edit in an image
if I remember.
of this.
I hope I remember.
'Cause, yeah, I can remind you too. This is insane. And if the handles can't move, can they?
I feel like they don't. They're pinned in. They can't move.
Okay.
Especially
But
you'd cut
man,
yourself
if
real
they
bad
did.
on that.
Yeah. Oh, and it redirects now. Okay, this is a different website than was there before.
Okay.
Do they not make ballad songs anymore? That's a huge missed opportunity on my end because I was totally going to buy something from them. Yeah, this is a... No, wait, no. Oh, okay, maybe that's a different link. Okay, I'll figure this all out separately. Can you still... Okay, you can still buy Battle Songs. It redirected me to somewhere else. If you actually look at the Battle Songs, there's some really interesting ones, including a really, really tiny one that looks really fun. But yeah, anyway, back to the Reverie. Kitchen knives aside, I think this is cool. I think it has a cool story. And that's what I think is also neat about the competition, because Neil wouldn't have had the means to create something like this on his own. But now, it not only exists, but there are hundreds of units of it that will be regularly produced, which is extremely cool.
Do we know that for sure that it's regular? Because at the current stage of filming, I think the Reverie is out of stock. And I don't know if I've heard anything about them restocking.
Maybe don't quote me on that. From what I understand, there's been discussions about doing more with how well they all did.
Okay, that's good. I always love seeing them not become some limited time bullshit that we eventually forget and that fade into the history books.
From a business standpoint, it would be silly, in my opinion, for Nabalis to only have done one run of those after having done all the R&D for it.
Totally.
So I would be surprised if they didn't do any more of them. Yeah, so I guess don't quote me on that. But and even so, I guess even I'm looking at the website. Even on the website, it says only the first 200 will come with serial numbers. So I guess maybe them saying only the first 200 means that there will be more than 200.
Yeah, maybe what was in stock was the first 200, because I haven't seen any without serial numbers besides the ones that they sent out to us.
Yeah. So I don't know, but it's extremely cool. Now the Overlord.
Yes.
I think you'd
My
like
vote. What did you vote for? Do you remember what you voted for?
I honestly, I don't know that I voted for any of these. Maybe I voted for the Overlord. I know the one that I was really hoping for was the Desuko Flips Boba song.
Yeah, I mean specifically because they narrowed it down, I think, to the top 3, and then you had to vote for which one would be first.
Oh yeah, in that, I think it was also the Overlord that I voted for. The Bird of Prey on paper looked just a little too wacky to me.
Same.
Like with the models that were shown originally.
And the Reverie was the opposite.
I think it was this. Yeah. So okay, I thought you meant overall, but in the final round, I voted for Overlord. Yeah. But it's wow. Yeah, Warhammer inspired by the Warhammer race of the Necron.
The Necron.
I will. What's a random reward I will give? I will write you a love letter for a significant other for you to use in the future. If you, the viewer, can tell me what song I am pulling from when I go, Necron, the Necron. If you can tell me what that is pulled from, I will write you a love letter to send to a significant other. Don't fail me.
Only one person, though, I assume.
Everyone that can tell me that. Everyone. I will write a love letter. It may end up being 2 words, but if you can do that, I'll do it. You have to tell me what it's from and what the name of the track is.
You know what?
So, anyway.
I thought that was going to be a mistake. I thought you were going to be inundated with people, and then I remembered how many people in this community probably actually have significant others. So...
I have a girlfriend, so I'm proof. If you flip Bala songs and don't have a significant other, you might.
That is
inspiring
one of the
words.
sentence of all time.
Yeah, or you might use.
Oh,
that.
I didn't like that. That.
What? Well, you don't like this pendulously walking toward you, huh?
It looked kind of phallic.
I mean, what how is that any worse than this?
I, I mean, I guess you're right. You kind of threw that one back in my face. Are we just gonna we're just gonna ignore the Switch controller that you have? No, we should talk about the
Uh,
Overlord.
yeah, we
Tell me
will
about the
literally ignore that. The Overlord's great. It's inspired by Warhammer. I think you'd like it. I didn't talk about it in the video. Where the heck is the thing that I left out specifically for this conversation? Where did I put it? Mother of God, where could it have possibly gone? Is it on my Balisong wall? No, it's right here.
He's gonna
Okay.
remember, and he remembered. There we go.
The whole pattern is a little similar
Oh, it is.
to a specific Balisong, but when you look at the Warhammer inspiration, it is very much pulled directly from Warhammer. Not like a direct copy, but it is not, in my opinion, a Zizix clone. But I realized afterward, I'm like, oh, that is actually quite similar. But there's also
Wow.
literally it's a sword in the Warhammer universe that has a very similar pattern to this, with like this specific number of holes and stuff. But yeah, it's just nice that it's nice and nerdy.
Yeah.
I'm not Arapo is the person that designed it. Does
Love that
incredible art, and he's from Taiwan. It's just simple. Has some nice jimping. Has the grip is a lot better than it is on the Reverie, but it has the same similar-ish kind of finish to the Reverie. A little less like shiny. I think if you look at them side by side, the Reverie is much more shiny. Oh, look. Oh, okay. That's my light. I thought it was reflecting the purple.
That is a luminous purple.
Yeah, no, it's not. But it's this cool like green insert. There's also, I think, there's a purple variant too.
But no,
'cause I think you'd
purple
like
and
it.
blue, I think. Are the spacers, are they aluminum? I'm not brushed
Yes.
up on the. Okay.
Yeah, they're aluminum. But no, yeah, just it flips good. The modular weight. So all of them have modular weight systems, all of which are different. This one is far and away the hardest to get to. This is far and away the easiest to get to because it's just 2 screws at the bottom. Right there. That's the easiest. This is
NRB system, my beloved.
this is also relatively straightforward. But yeah, it starts out at a good weight, starts out at a good distribution, and it just does everything you ask it to do pretty well, and is one of the more grippy aluminum Balisongs. And so yeah, it's the fact that they were able to start from this kind of place, most of them having not really designed anything to this degree before.
Right.
And that Nabalis was able to translate that into being a proper, decently flipping Balisong. My God.
It's
so
so
impressive.
cool. Have you messed with the? My brain just hit a wall. Have you messed with the modular weights at all? Like, really dug into it or no? On all of them, any and all.
Pretty
of
much
them.
all of them. Yeah, pretty much all of them.
Are there any of them that? I like to think of the Superfly. How we like removed the weights. I think we both removed the weights and said like, "Wow, this is like way better." Are there any of them that have like that experience? Because as someone who doesn't really want to deal with disassembling this thing, I'd kind of want to know first if there's like a balance profile that's like way better than stock.
So I think I would be very interested to know what you would think once you messed with yours, because this I believe it's 2, at most 3 pins that you can put into the handles.
Okay.
This one has the 1
Right.
at the bottom. This one has 6
Oh,
per handle.
wow. Okay.
So you can get really modular. And I think ours came with maybe 1 installed. Currently, I think this one has 2, I want
I
to
would
say.
have hoped it came with 3.
Yeah, I don't think it came with the middle ground. So I'd be curious what yours came with. But I would be really interested for you to try swapping the weights
Maybe
on yours to see how it would change the experience with it. Are you going to do it right now?
No, not right now. Of course not. Maybe I'll have to break it open one of these days. I just really don't want to deal with it. But
Yeah,
I guess I
that
might
is one
have
of the
to.
biggest downsides to it. It's not too bad, but it takes some finagling. Specifically, you kind of have to like pry it apart to a certain degree, just with
Ooh,
the way
hate
it's
that.
built. So there's ways you can do it without having to do that, but it's a little bit tough. But no, that one by far has the most modularity. The Reverie is the least meaningful modular
Right, because
balance.
they're just like pivot screws in there. It's very
Yeah,
little,
yeah.
very little
This
actual weight
one,
changing.
yeah, this one started at a good place and it had no weights in it when we got it, and
Oh,
we both
okay.
liked how it flipped. And then we added weights and we liked it more. So they're all the Reverie. It's kind of like it's cool, but it's not that meaningful of a change.
Right.
These you can meaningfully change and get a very different experience by changing the pins out.
Cool.
So yeah, I think you'd
I
have
guess
fun
I'll
with
have
it.
to
I'd be
break it
curious.
open.
It could even be worth a follow-up blade bias episode.
I think if I
Or
were to
you
break
know it
it
could
open,
be
I would.
you know it could be interesting. A blade bias video where you disassemble it.
Oh God, no.
No, but it's
Oh,
just about the journey of you trying to take it apart. And then starting with it, you flip it for a bit, try to take it apart, see how that goes, and then you finish up the video by actually flipping it.
I could do a stream.
A
I feel
stream
like
a
that
stream
makes a
would be
little
good
more
too.
sense.
Yeah, no, yeah, a stream would be good too.
I mean, like a head-mounted stream on Blade Bias, like that one that I did
Yeah, yeah,
randomly a few months
that could be
ago.
fun. I mostly want to see you just like mildly struggle through something,
You want to
and have
take
a
me back to
time.
the days of when I was tuning my Vulp on Instagram Live? Ugh.
We need to get you another Vulp. The newer Vulps are so, the tune is so much better, and they
Even just the
sound
default ones?
so much better. Yes. Oh yeah.
Oh,
The new ones are so much better than that, because I think yours even has the T8 screws
yeah,
in
yeah.
it.
I've
I
got.
think too.
No, I
Yeah.
bought. Did I? I think I bought the upgrade kit.
Oh, did
Now I
you?
actually
Okay.
don't remember. I'm pretty
So
certain I
maybe
bought
yours
the
is
upgrade
fine.
kit. Yeah.
But no, the bass tune though on all of, and these are a testament to it as well. The bass tune that they've been doing is, it's not always perfect, but holy crap, it is so much better than it used to be.
It's like it's insanely good for sub $100.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the fact that the Reverie and the Overlord are both $70, and that this
I
is
can't believe it.
130, it's just the fact that this costs the same as a like Mako V5.
Yeah. Does
Holy
it?
crap! I
The
think the
Mako
Mako
cost that
V5 is
much?
like one. I think it's like 120.
Oh,
Ish.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, 120 with a inked blade. Yeah, it's 130.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
At
Yep,
least the
yep,
Mako's
yep, yep,
hardened
yep.
now.
Yes, it
They done
is.
did harden the Mako.
Nice and hard. Yeah, let's talk like that. I'm gonna drive my truck down the creek, y'all. I'm
Y'all.
gonna have my mouth like this now. Anyway, would you like to experience? Do you have anything else to say about Great with Nabalis? What do you think about Great with Nabalis, dear viewer? What do you think of these? What have you tried? What are you interested to try? Would you like to buy them? Were you able to buy them? And if you did buy them, were you disappointed? Were you pleased? Did they inspire you? Did they burn your fields and light your house on fire? You never
I
know.
hope not.
That's not advertised, but it could be a feature.
That was supposed to
You
be
never
my
know.
job.
Yeah. Nabalis, your house might burn down. Nabalis, call me. I got some marketing ideas.
These designs are fire. Wait, no, not like that.
Oh, did somebody say fire?
Oh God, no.
Hey, the Brandon clones like to spontaneously combust, so we're
They
used
do.
to it. Everything in here is fireproof.
Okay.
I actually spray my walls with Monster Energy to make them nice and damp, so they don't spontaneously combust.
That's why all of them are so high energy all the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sponsored? No. Yeah. Do you think Monster Energy would sponsor the Blade Bias podcast?
Monster, I need another supply for my walls. What? Don't question it.
Yeah. Excuse me, Monster Energy. Does Monster Energy come in a spray bottle with a little adjustable nozzle? Anyway, I don't know how the hell we got here. Do you have anything else to say about Create with Nabalis?
I don't think so, man. I think they're pretty cool and they're pretty awesome. And
They're doing another one.
I hope.
From what I
Yeah,
understand,
I
they
do.
haven't announced it.
I do hope they do another one. I'm still kind of like, I've heard a lot of people. I'll get some people in my live stream chats that just come in and seem to like know what's going on inside Nabalis, and I'm like, wow, even I don't know some of this stuff. But I've seen a lot of people say like, hey, they're doing another one. I'm kind of treating it as just a rumor for now, because I feel like they've got a lot on their plate as it is. But if they do, I do hope to see one.
Yeah, just in the brand new products we are developing with Nabalis, wink sound effect. There may or may not be 3 of them wink sound effect. They definitely have their hands full. They also have their new butterfly climb challenge, which we don't have to get into. Check their Instagram. But it's a cool challenge that actually has a cash reward if you're good at flipping.
Which is crazy. Like,
Which is neat. Yeah.
This is one of the first times we've seen something like that outside of Bally Comp or West Coast Flipping Championship.
Yeah. And it's something that you don't need to be like the absolute top tier echelon of flipper in order to win too.
I mean, you kind of do.
The tricks are hard. You have to be good, but it's not about having to know a ton of different tricks.
Right. You just have to be master of one.
A couple. Yeah. So yeah, I'm very interested to see what comes out of that. I'm also interested to see what I can build with this.
Oh my God.
So this thing that I've been showing off, which there's a video on the Will Hirsch YouTube channel if you haven't watched that. By the time this podcast is coming out, this is the Cartifact, and it is a completely modular 3D printed ballast song like thing. And currently I have a Joy-Con attached to it, which I will now take off with a sliding rail system. So we'll show that off, and then I can just slide that off. And then once I remove that, I not only have some keycaps, but if I open up my little bag of accessories, you can just make it into whatever you want. So we'll take some of these little guys out. We'll take some of these little guys, and then you can just, with this sliding little rail system, you just take it and you push it in, and it slides on. And then you take another thing, and it slides on. And then you take another thing, and it slides on. And then it's hooked in.
Is it hooked in? Or?
It sure was. And that was the flashlight. And I have no idea where that went. I literally do not know where the hell that went. I don't see it anywhere in my office.
You lose a flashlight.
So that unfortunately, unless we do an edit, which I don't think we're gonna do, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to
I
find
was,
that. Maybe
dude,
it went under here.
I was
No,
just gonna say, is there any
give
way of
me
like
2
attaching it?
seconds. Yeah, it's supposed to stay in.
Dude,
It didn't. Here, oh, there that goes, and that falls too. And it also has this little attachy thing that you can screw on, and it's a little dice holder thing, and you can slide this thing up, and it locks the dice into place. And then you slide it down, and then you can remove the dice, and you can do a roll and put it back. But so what's cool about this is not, you can configure this in like probably 500 to 1,000 different ways.
dude, this is
And you can select all the colors, and even the way it has you select things is like your D&D alignment. So like chaotic good and chaotic neutral and lawful good, lawful evil. And it is one of the craziest
Oh, he's doing
things.
it again. Everyone.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is pure danger. Welcome to the Danger Bias podcast. So this actually has, it's an actually rotating ring on the
Oh, it's got a
inside
bearing
of it,
in it?
which makes it legitimately extremely comfortable to Chaplin. And the main thing that it makes it extremely comfortable to do is when you take everything off, including, yes, the actual real keycaps, when you take all those off, you can then grab the other rail. You can put on the rail and the rail, and you take your Nintendo Switch.
Dude. Okay, so at the time of filming, this video hasn't come out yet on your channel. It's out for patrons, but I haven't seen it yet. How in the hell did you just did you how tell me about the discovery of putting a freaking Joy-Con on this thing? Did you look at it and just go, "Hey, that looks like the rail system of the Nintendo Switch, which you can buy at your local Target for $301.99."
That is the exact price. What the hell is going on with my hair? My wow, what's up, guys? Welcome.
That's the thumbnail.
Welcome to the Hair Bias Oh yeah. Can you here wait, I'll give you a wait. Wait. There. There you go. I'm so curious where that fucking flashlight went. I don't know.
Dude.
Anyway, but no. So, it's a company called Switchcraft. Will discovered them years ago. He has
Oh.
like a Balisong vape thing that they made, and it has the same kind of like
Oh,
rail
this is the
system.
same company.
Same company.
I kept thinking it looked like that, but it didn't connect the dots in my brain.
Yeah, so they actually have a thing called the Cartifact Pro now that is way more intentionally designed for flipping. But they sell this.
Interesting.
This is intended to be a Joy-Con holder. So this isn't something that I chose to do with it. This is fully intended and advertised as a Joy-Con holder. And then
This makes so much more sense. In my head, I've been thinking that you just kind of like slapped a Joy-Con on there for fun, and it just happened to work. Okay. Oh, this is a terrible idea.
I am chaplaining Joy-Cons.
This is gonna end poorly.
And the thing that you'll really like, in the moment in the video that's my favorite moment, that unfortunately got really cut short in the final edit of it. Thanks, Will. I'm kidding. Am I? I don't know. But I pull up. Wait. Could I? If I don't think my Switch is charged, I don't think I'd be able to show it. Oh my God, it's charged. Is it still up? Oh my God, it's still up. I can do it. I can do it. No, I'm not. No, it's too much. I pull up Tears of the Kingdom in the video, so just go watch the video. I pull up Tears of the Kingdom, and there's gyro controls for the bow and arrow aiming. So I activate the gyro controls for the bow and arrow aiming, and then I chaplain. Yeah, but it's actually, I put it on the little like rotating thing that also fell on the ground wherever the hell it went. This. But so it's essentially, I'm spinning it on this as fast as I can with the Joy-Con attached.
Oh my
and it's
gosh.
crazy. It is the most Balisong type thing. I also, at the end of it, attach it to the fidget mech.
Oh no.
So you'll love that video, Ethan. You'll
The
love
callback, the return. Oh no.
But in its simplest form, it is just a 3D printed Balisong that just fell apart on that one drop.
Wait, what's it called again?
The Cartifact.
Cartifact. Dude, I am enamored with the fact that you said there's a V2 that's more designed for flipping.
Oh yeah. Check out their Instagram. He's been posting like really good flipping clips of it.
What's the Instagram?
I think it's Switchcraft. I think.
Oh, I'm not signed in right now.
Switch.craft with a K. The craft is with a K. I could send it on Discord too. Boop. Yeah, it's crazy.
I got it.
Definitely check them out. It's and so you can completely customize it. Like if you go to the website, you can pick everything. It's absurd.
Oh my god, there's like dice holders. There's like you can put chains with spikes on them.
I was supposed to get a buzz saw, like a thing that attaches on like a chain that has like a buzz saw on it. There's also a thing that has like a built-in battery pack too. Like
There's one called Cyber Christ, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Cyber Christ? Mary Chrysler.
It just go on his Instagram.
On his Instagram. Oh. And it's Master Chief. I remember that now. That has the two flashlights on it too. I really wish I had the flashlight. Yeah, on the Christ thing. Yeah, that's Master Chief.
Okay, so it's Master Chief being crucified. Yeah. It looks like that's.
Yeah, is that not what you wanted in your Balisong life? And this is just mine. I don't have Will's. Will has his own that is equally crazy.
I will say I unironically love the idea of the keys, the keyboard keys, whatever you want to call those.
Oh yeah, that's probably one of the most fun ones to do and to mess with. Here, I'll put that
like
one on.
Adding fidgetability to an already very fidgety thing is really cool. Yeah. And it kind of makes me wish that you could do something like that on a real Balisong.
Yeah, at one point, so Will has his own keycaps, and we put 4 keycaps on one side, and just being able to, like, like, but with all 4 of them is just, it's cool. Kind of feels like you're playing the Nintendo DS Guitar Hero for my boys in blue who played that back in the day.
God, it would ruin the flipping, but like it'd be so cool. Gosh, you are confident.
Yeah, especially doing this between my microphone and my camera and my monitor and my face.
Is the flashlight, is that the first time anything's like flown off of that when you've used it like that?
No.
Okay.
I guess he's made refinements to the rail system to make things not fly off as easily. But I also probably didn't do a great job of actually putting it on either. Let me reattach the gun. Where'd the gun go? Oh, well, yeah. So it's just a thread there at the bottom.
Okay.
You can't really see. But yeah, it's crazy. You'll have a blast with this come Blade Show time.
Yeah, that's goofy. That's the only way I can describe that. Look at him go. Oh my god.
And I'll just do this for the whole rest of the show. It's going to be great.
Hey, world's longest chaplain.
I was going to say, this is how I could break the record.
That is how you could break the record. Now held by Benjamin. Did you know that?
I did know that. Congrats to Benjamin.
It was a fun stream to watch. I totally forgot about the fact that I was planning on like rebeating that record. And now that I've
just
seen
don't wear
Benjamin,
wired headphones. You got them in right now.
I do. I do have them in right now. But now that Benjamin's like shattered that record, I'm like, I think I'll survive without it. It's okay.
Yeah, how long did he go for? Wasn't
Dude,
it?
he went for like 2. I think he went for like 2 hours 20 minutes or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, 2 hours and 43 minutes.
43. Oh my god.
Yeah, so nearly 3 hours.
Dude,
He didn't even seem that like stressed out by the end of it either.
No, he crushed that.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, you want to deliver some news?
Yes, we shall deliver the news. Yes. Okay. Honestly, the biggest piece of news, and I think the thing that will most directly affect me, because LDY said, hey, we're sending you something. I said, oh, great, what is it? They said, we haven't announced it yet, and that was it. So I was like, oh, okay.
So
that's cool.
So you knew they were sending you something, but you didn't know what they were sending.
Correct.
But now you
so
are
I was
pretty
like,
sure you know
I
what
was
they're
like,
sending.
hey, what is this? They were like, we haven't announced it yet. I was like, okay, can I make a video about it? And they were like, yeah. I was like, cool. Okay. Okay. I don't know where it is. It's just listed in the tracking as like it hasn't been received by some post office in California yet. But I'm fairly certain after this week of news that it's taking me so long to pull this thing up. It is the new LDY Kite. An interesting name indeed. The first way I was made aware of this was on Pyro's story, and he said something along the lines, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said like it looks like an old school ballad song or like something that they would have made like a few years ago. And I kind of agree. It looks like the thing is very like replicant looking, maybe. Like I get kind of like a rep vibe from it. I'm excited for it. It's got freaking positive jimping that go beyond the scales. It's got a wicked blade profile. Like just a very cool blade profile. And it is carbon fiber instead of G10. And pinsless, which is interesting, but the real interesting thing about this is that they explicitly say that it is an experimental prototype with an expected run of 256 units. Got to get that binary compatible number in there.
Yeah.
I
am annoyed that it's I get this, but they've been doing a lot of limited run products. And
well, that's the thing.
Makes it difficult to recommend.
The thing that I'm excited for the kite is I don't think it's meant to stay limited. So they specifically say that this first run will be 256 units and that they're eager to gather feedback to refine it even further. So I'm hoping it'll be like what the Corvus was like supposed to be, quote unquote, because they released the Corvus and they're like, hey, we'll take feedback from this and implement it in the next Sirius design, I think they said. And then the Sirius V4 came out and it didn't really feel like the Corvus almost at all. So we'll see. I'm personally really excited for it, especially that purple that they have it anodized with in these product pictures.
Yeah.
really
It's a
pretty.
beautiful looking design. I'm really curious. Maybe they've said this somewhere. Oh, here's some comments. Okay, no. No, thanks, Vaver said $12. I'm really curious what the price is,
I am as well because it's
especially with carbon fiber, titanium. But the 440C live blade was interesting to me because that's not a
yeah.
very high end blade steel to use
That's like what I associate
for a
as like a
live blade.
trainer blade steel.
Yeah, yeah. So that's an interesting thing. But yeah, I'm really curious what the weight's going to be. It says it's 4 ounces, which is right in the range of what I really like to flip. So yeah, it looks like it could be a total home run. Even the
What?
carbon fiber looks really cool.
Oh yeah, I think it's a stellar looking knife. Probably one of my favorite designs that's released lately. What are
I'm sorry,
you?
I'm looking at the pictures, and one of the pictures, it looks like one of the screws is a different torque size than the other, but they're both at the base of the handles. It's probably just the photo. But
Oh,
one
I
looks
think
like a
I know.
T6 screw, and one looks like a T8 screw.
I think it's just a trick of the light. I think I'm
Okay,
looking
it
at the
must be.
same one you
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
So I want to play a game. We got to guess what the
yes.
price is gonna be. What do you think? And then we can look back. This thing might be released by the time this podcast is out. We're recording this at the end of February, like right after it was
The
revealed.
literally the final day of February. Yeah.
So
Yeah, so people in the comments can let us know how right we were.
yeah,
So I don't. It's so their titanium stuff has generally been around. The specifically interesting price that I see a lot of Chinese titanium made things hovering around, which is $360 to $380.
okay.
So there's a chance for the live blade. It is currently listed on the site, but it says $0. For it being a live blade and not a trainer, and titanium, and it's a titanium channel balisong. Wait, oh my, wait, did they? Oh my, have you only looked at the Instagram images, or
Yeah,
have you looked
why?
at the website images?
I
Because Hot Dog is there a image of the side of this thing, and it looks
Oh, yeah. I've seen that.
wild.
That thing looks
Okay, okay,
awesome. Like the double layer speed channel.
yeah, yeah, it looks really cool.
It also
So
like it looks like it's
my
crystallized, the purple.
Yeah, it's wild. If you're watching the podcast of this, go to the website. You'll be able to see it.
Maybe there'll be a picture. I don't know.
Maybe there'll be a picture.
I don't put a ton of
I
effort in editing these. I'm sorry.
If it was sandwich, I would maybe take a gander. It would be sub 250 to 300. But
Okay.
with it being a titanium channel, I think it is going to be 360 to 400.
That's a good
Would be
guess.
my
So,
guess, especially with carbon fiber. The Cygnus that had G10, so there's a chance with the carbon fiber it's like 500 because carbon fiber ain't cheap.
okay.
But what
So
do you think?
I personally, where the hell do they not have? They don't have a specs page for their Vixen. I don't know what blade steel it is.
Do they not have a specs page for it?
I can't find one. Available ballad songs. No.
Oh, I don't even see a listing for the Vixen on their website. That's another annoying
No, the
thing that
Vixen's
they
there.
do. Oh, I see it. Oh, I see it. Okay. For some reason, whenever I Control F searched Vixen, nothing. Oh, now it comes up. Okay, thank you, Google Chrome.
Okay, I
Oh,
have
but
no.
yeah,
So
they.
I kind of have two different lanes of thinking. On one hand, I agree with you that it's going to be like Vixen-esque price because it's got a pretty complex design considering it's carbon fiber and all of that. But the
Yeah.
thing that really throws me off is the 440C blade.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't do that unless you're trying to lower the cost a little bit, kind of target a lower price range than people would really expect. But then it's also like, does that get offset by the fact that it is just not like a simple channel titanium design?
Yeah.
I don't know. So
According to
I'm
a
gonna.
according to a Reddit post, the blade on the Vixen is a S35 VN blade.
Okay, that makes sense. So I'm gonna go with the slightly more risky guess. What did you guess? 390? 360?
Honestly, I'm even questioning that now. I feel like it with the carbon fiber scales and titanium channel. I feel like it could even be 500. But yeah, the
Whoa.
blade is the thing throwing a wrench in that. But what's your guess?
500. I'm gonna go with a risky guess, but one that I actually believe in quite a bit for some reason. I'm gonna soul read 325 USD.
That would be crazy.
And I'm gonna look back and say, Ethan, you were one stupid motherfucker for saying that.
But if you're right,
But if I'm right, it's gonna be legendary. And you know
yeah.
what? People will remember if I'm right. People won't remember if I'm wrong. Well, now that I said that, it kind of threw a wrench in that whole plan. But
Yeah, you're gonna be wrong, and you're gonna have like 40 people.
oh
The
my
same
god,
40
in my
people that I wrote
DMs.
a love letter for that'd be like, "You'll always be wrong. You never guessed it correctly.
I'll just be
And
getting
I'll never let you forget. I will haunt your every waking moment."
Just kidding. That'll be me.
I'll wake up
that
to
too.
like multiple Instagram DMs that just say lol 325.
Yeah. Someone's gonna show up at like 10 years from now at like your wedding, and they're gonna be holding up a sign that says "lol 325." They won't have been invited. They'll just be like off in the woods to the side or something like that.
Oh, I hate everything about that. That's it'll be a Brandon clone, won't it?
You guys
Soul
got
read.
that? Okay, yeah, they got it. They got it. They wrote it down.
Soul read.
But no, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick near my within $50, give or take $50, around 400. That's my final answer
Okay,
for
fair.
now. But yeah, but I agree. The 440C blade, weird pick.
It
It
is a
also has
really
carbon
weird
fiber,
pick.
and it's anodized titanium, which you just never know these days. You
Yeah.
never know. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. There's a lot of cool titanium Balisong stuff. BB Barfly has now released their like hex, like honeycomb looking
Yeah.
handles for the BB Superfly. There's a live blade BB Superfly now because of Zippy.
Zip
all
the
people.
fucking plastic king, that whole fill-in plastic king him.
Okay, I am so glad you said plastic. For a quarter second, you just fill in hole, and I'm like, where's he going from there? But you said plastic, so proud of you. Yeah, Zippy's crushing it these days. Not these days. He's been crushing it for a hot minute.
True.
I'm such a Zippy shill, and he's sent me free things. I have not made 1 cent from that man. And he's a treasure. I'm working on a BB Superfly. I'm sorry, a Barracuda review that might be out by the time this podcast's out. Who knows? But yeah, BB Barfly is doing great stuff. I guess they're sending us the honeycomb I think it's the HX handles is what they've called
Dude, their
them.
naming scheme is
I know. I
Oh,
make
man.
a joke in the Barracuda review about what they lack in coherent naming schemes. They make up for with everything else they do. But yeah, the
true.
BB Superfly, BB Barfly in general is just a fascinating name. Yeah, BB Superfly, and then they have their different blade variants for the BB Superfly. And it's like the TR and the HR and yeah, it's just it's all over the place. But
I
hey,
mean,
Canada.
I already
What are
can't
you gonna
keep
do?
like the Superfly and the Barracuda and the Firefly I don't think I have ever said the right thing that I have meant to say first time about any
You
of
saw
BB
me do it
Barfly's
just
products.
minutes ago.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, but I love what they're doing. And amidst the current bumpy times we're all in economically, especially with all the fun tariff stuff and all the shipping delays that have happened. And now there's tariffs on Canada, and Canada's put tariffs on us, and now there's tariffs on all of the EU. It's really fun. I'm
We love
glad
you,
to
BB
see people
Barfly.
are. We love you. We support you. But it's cool to see people pumping out really cool designs. And one thing I'm really excited about, as at the time we're filming this, I'm going to Blade Show Texas soon. I am really, 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 really curious to get my hands on the Squid Industries Surf. Their first
Oh.
folder. Yeah, their
Dude, I
first
thought I
folder
missed
knife.
something huge. I didn't know it had a name. I didn't know it was called the
Yeah,
Surf.
it does. It's a pretty cool looking knife. Like, I'm looking at the video again right now that Lucas posted 7 days ago. It's a
Oh, they
even
posted
just for a
something
pocket
recently.
knife.
Okay.
Yeah. If you go to Lucas's Instagram, there's a pretty good looking video of it. There's a world where I pick one up. Because I'm just curious to try out more folder knives from Balisong companies in general, as more people are making them. Because we also have the Mojave from Machine Wise on the horizon too. Maxace has been releasing some really interesting folder knives recently, and I actually, as of yesterday, got the confirmation after I reached out to them. They're sending us a couple folder knives.
Ooh.
And maybe there's a world where we make a video about folder knives from Balisong companies, because I think that would be a really interesting thing to dive into. Now that Machine Wise has them, Squid Industries will have one. Maxace has had them for a long time.
Gotta get a Sonora for that video.
Oh yeah, I still think about the Sonora. The last time I touched one was at Blade Show Atlanta in 2024.
Same.
Thankfully, coming up, I will have many opportunities to touch a plethora of Sonoras at
With
a
consent,
specific
obviously.
location with consent. Yeah, never without consent, but in a specific location where it would be exceptionally easy to be around a plethora of Sonoras. Wink sound effect. But yeah, we got lots of fun there. But judging by what looked like a half open mouth and a half yawn, was that not a yawn? I looked at the wrong time. It wasn't a yawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I yawned a lot earlier, but that was unrelated.
No, well, everything I say is really fucking boring. So.
Jeez. Put yourself a little more self-respect, Brandon. Oh my gosh. I wasn't ready for that.
I had to throw in the. No, I'm gonna that's a thing that I'm not gonna say on the podcast. Anyway, moving on. What do you think of the Surf? Are you looking at it?
I can't. I'm not logged into Instagram on my computer.
Why are you
and
not
Instagram,
logged into Instagram?
My cache got cleared at some point, so
Can you open a link if I send it to you
maybe.
on Discord?
Unless I'm logged in on Chrome. Actually, Instagram just isn't loading, period. Look at that. I'm logged in on Chrome, which I haven't opened in 6 months. That's cool.
What do you use?
Firefox.
My boy. I don't use Firefox. I use it on my phone.
I love Fire. Oh, the Surf. How did I miss this? Dude, I've been so out of the loop lately. This is the Surf.
Yeah. It's a pretty good looking knife.
Is it? It's very clean looking. It's not at all what I would expect from Squid Industries. Like, actually, no. I don't know why I said that. Squid is kind of known for their kind of more clean, minimal aesthetic.
Yeah. I guess even if you look at like a Cracker-Akin, that's a pretty simple, straightforward.
Yeah, it's lines and dots,
design.
so it actually makes total sense. My fault. I'm surprised and a little disappointed that they didn't include the classic line circle design.
Yeah, yeah. They could have
Like
done that on the back side of the, like
I was
the handle. I guess you'd call that the. I don't know what you would call that
Yeah,
on a
they've got
folding
on the
knife.
spine side of the knife, they seem to have like two little rectangles.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
would have
that could
been
have
cool
been
if they
pulled better.
incorporated their little kind of design motif, I guess you could say. But it
Yeah,
looks cool.
yeah. And so like I'm excited for it. I'm excited to get my hands on it, but I'm reminded every time I look at a folder knife, I'm reminded why I really like Balisongs, cuz there's just so much to experience with
Yeah.
each and every one. The sound, the feel in the hand, the flipping experience. The only thing with a folder knife is the action smooth,
Oh, you're
and
gonna make a
is it
lot
a
of folding
good
knife people
knife?
mad.
No, but in terms of like the thing, like obviously there's different things that set it apart. But in terms of like what I would be interested in, it
Right.
would kind of end there. Like it wouldn't be, oh, how does it feel like in terms of the grip of my hand? Because I'm not going to be using it in a way where that's really going to matter. Whereas with
Right.
something like this, there's just so much more subjective things to be enjoyed about a balisong that gives me more reasons to collect it. And the main thing being using it.
Right.
There's so many more reasons for me to pick up my balisongs that are genuinely interesting and entertaining to me, even whenever I pick up completely random things that I haven't flipped in 6 months. It's a fun experience going back to it versus with a folding knife, it would be, deploy. Oh, cool. Okay, I re
Yeah.
experienced it.
I don't really have, as someone who loves collecting things, um, I don't really see a reason to collect like folding knives. Because like normally it'd be like, okay, balisongs. I've got sandwich. I've got channel. I want to have a sandwich balisong. I want to have a channel balisong. I see no reason to have like a liner lock and then a button lock and then a friction lock. And then it's like, I like button lock. That is it. I want to get one good button lock knife, and that's the only knife I'll ever buy. As long as it
Yeah.
stays sharp and shit like that's it.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, we're not in that world as much either. People
Right.
that are into it, like, there's a ton of different ones. What interests me is the different types of knives that aren't balisongs. Like, you have OTFs, you have
Right.
gravity
Okay.
knives, you have, assisted opening knives, you have full automatic deploy out kind of knives.
I do
You
agree
have
with
like
that. Yeah.
lever action ones. So like if I were to, and even as I kind of expanded to different things, like if I were to get more into that, like even where's my weird little guy? Did I put him away? No, yeah. Even like something weird like this weird little guy that I have. Like this is just really interesting and really wacky. Then I don't have it with me. But I have a different folding knife that I got at Blade Show West that just has one of the weirdest mechanisms. It doesn't deploy out like a normal knife would. It like pivots like outward. It's really weird.
Right.
Maybe no, it's far away. But so that's what's interesting to me. And with me not having a lot of knives, I'm specifically interested in the balisong people making knives. But I'm not about to like go out and like, oh, I need to collect all of the CRKT knives
Right.
because there wouldn't be a reason to do that
Yeah.
for
Yeah, I
me.
feel the same way.
So if you are a folding knife kind of guy, what interests you with that? What
What
keeps
really
you
folds your
collecting
knives?
stuff? Yeah. What folds? Yeah. What folds your knife? What
Also,
what what flips your song? I don't know what I'm saying. What were you gonna say?
why do you guys like liner locks? Someone explain that to me. I don't understand liner locks.
Yeah.
Because all the liner locks I've ever used, you have to put your thumb inside where the knife is going to close it, and it just seems a little counterintuitive to me.
Yeah, those are all the random cheap ones I've owned. They've all been that kind of lock, and I
It's
just
so
don't
bad.
feel safe doing it at all. And you have to do it with two hands too. Like maybe you can kind of do it with one hand, but that's one of the ones where it's
Yeah,
like you pretty much have to have two hands to close it. And yeah.
I despise them. I hate liner locks. Now, I will say, before people comment it, yes, I know there are liner locks that exist on the backs of knives. Those aren't bad. Why do so many knives use front liner lock? I don't know what the actual term is, but maybe someone can explain that to me because I hate
Maybe
it.
it's cheap. Maybe that's like one of the cheapest mechanisms that you can implement. Maybe it's something like
Maybe?
that. But I don't know.
I mean, I guess that makes sense since there's no like actual, you don't have to machine like a button and shit like that. I just don't understand why you can't put it in a better place.
Yeah.
What's the surf? Is it
It's a button. I know it
I'm
has
waiting for him to
buttons.
close it? It looks like it's a button lock. Yes, it's a button lock. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
God, Lucas. Thank you. Love that.
It has buttery smooth ceramic ball bearings.
Yummy.
Yummy.
I can't believe it's not butter. Ceramic ball bearings.
Yeah, it's still. I was interested for them to potentially do a bushing in it like Machine Wise did. So I'm still interesting that they didn't go that route. But
I feel like that's just a free win for Bally makers, considering how good they are at tuning bushings and how impressed the general knife community was with the bushings on the Sonora. I
yeah,
feel like that's just like a free space on the bingo card to just kind of hit that shit. But what do I know? I don't.
yeah, yeah. It's a wild world. EDC stuff is just fascinating to me. And as I mentioned in previous podcasts, I think there's a lot of room to open up Balisong content creators and Balisong companies to that whole world and see what it's all about. Who
Yeah.
are the players? Who are making the interesting things? I have wanted to get a gravity knife. Those feel like they'd be fun. Not the safest thing, but that
Right.
might be a future purchase. Like if I could get an affordable one that had like a cool sound to it, like I'd get that.
I've always loved OTFs, but they just kind of scare me
Yeah,
because like
yeah.
what stops it from like going into my leg if it's in my pocket and it like catches on something?
They are designed to stop, which is
I
interesting.
just like I
But I
don't
don't trust
believe
it.
it. Yeah, I've had because
Yeah.
I had someone, I think it was at Blade Show, they were buying an OTF, and I was like, what stops you from like, just pushing it like just straight through your hand? And they tried to show me like it'll stop if it encounters any force. So they put like paper up to it for some reason, and the thing just shot through the paper. And I
Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
that it's paper, it's not going to stop much, but like still, it just like violently and with force went through the paper. I was like, dude, you're not convincing me here.
Which, to play devil's advocate here, I totally get why a normal folding knife person would be like, how the fuck do you flip this safely?
Absolutely, but we're
Like,
we're
how do
more
you feel
into.
safe
Oh, I see what you're
at
saying.
all spinning a knife on your finger and throwing it? Like, isn't everybody as a child taught that a falling knife has no handle? You want me to throw a knife and catch it while it's falling? I totally get why people
Because
are
that's not
like,
a falling knife; it's still controlled.
I guess, but I can get why people are
Even
like,
we,
because
hey,
there's
even
even memes
Balisong
about it.
clippers don't catch falling blades. Give us some
That's true.
credit.
Yeah, we do not catch the blade. That's fair.
No, we don't.
Did I miss a joke?
No, I'm genuinely saying like the
Oh.
golden rule is if you drop it, don't try and catch it.
Oh, yes. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, it is a controlled throw. And even that's something that I was explaining to somebody recently. Even the way that you throw it, like, is very intentionally. I was actually holding the wrong handle there. But it's like if you were to throw a knife in this or a battle song in this direction, when it rotates and comes around, like, it would be very difficult to actually grab it by the blade,
Right.
just with the way that it's being thrown. But I've seen memes and stuff where people are like from a regular EDC guy that's like, "Yo, dude," and a battle song person's like, "Yo, dude, you should get into battle songs. They're great." And their hands are just covered in blood and cuts and stuff, and they're like, "Nah, better not. No." But it's been fun to introduce more people to it, and even just like I was talking to Ricky, Best Damn EDC. He has the only battle song he has is a Triton V2, and he really likes it.
This is what you post on your story.
Yeah, but I'm like, my God, are there so many better ballast songs than a Triton V2? That one's already perfectly fine, assuming it still has a solid tune on it, which I don't imagine his does, with it being a washer knife. But I hope he brings it to Blade Show, Texas, because I would love to inspect what the tune on that has been and just get him a proper... I intend on giving him a Volt Pro, so he can just get a taste of like an actual proper bushing ballast song with like a good tune and a good sound, and like a ton of stuff would fall into that category, even like a BB Barfly thing, or to wrap it around, something like this I think he would really enjoy.
Yeah.
But he wants to get into flipping, so that could be an interesting thing to explore.
Yeah, definitely get him off of the Triton. The Triton's fine, but like, you want to get into flipping, there's so many better options out there.
God, the Triton came out almost 4 years ago now. It's crazy how much has changed in that 4 years.
The Triton came out the year that I got into this? That can't be right.
It came out in Triton V2.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
thought you meant,
I said the original Triton. I meant the Triton V2.
Because I was going to say,
Triton
when
V1
I got
came out
into the hobby...
2021. No, 2020.
Yeah, when I got into the hobby, Addison's starter ballast song was a Triton that was beat to shit. And there's no way he did that in like 3 months or whatever.
Yeah. And the Triton V2 no longer... It's gone.
Yeah, discontinued. I keep forgetting about that. They actually did it.
Mm-hmm.
Those glorious people over at Squid, they actually did it.
Is the Squiddy XL in stock? Oh, it is in stock. It's $20 off, actually.
Oh, shall we? No.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to read for you word for word the description of the Squiddy XL. Let me grab mine. This is exactly what it says.
Okay.
The Squiddy XL was made for one purpose and one purpose only. Epic, wicked, sick flipping. This gargantuan, 20-inch long, 12-ounce beast of a balisong trainer is meant for only the bravest of the brave. If you're looking to transcend the flipping gods and enter a new, mind-blowing plane of existence, look no further than the Squiddy XL. And then in tiny text, and is the whole reason that I started reading this. Disclaimer, Squiddy for size reference only and is not included. Talk to me, not my son.
Oh, that's good.
Says, talk to me, not my son.
Ooh.
Wait, does it have a flipping score?
You can get the stand for an extra $6.
It's a pretty big. Is that only $6? It's a pretty.
It's a bundle, so I don't think
pretty sizable stand.
It's normally 14.
Ta-da! There we go. I love
It'd be
the Squiddy
really
XL.
funny.
It's so much fun to flip.
This would be the only time I would condone this if Squid just took all of the balisong flipping score, like that they've done for the OG Squiddy, and then just doubled it.
Yeah, that would be good.
I'd be okay with that. Oh my God! Scroll all the way down.
Is it there?
No.
Or is it Lucas flipping? Oh wait, all the way down?
Like to the Instagram, like above the disclaimer.
It says you versus Drake.
and it's a picture of the Squiddy XL next to the Squiddy OG.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
who signed off on that?
Wait. Wait. Is that the surf sitting right next to it? In that video? It looks really similar to it.
I don't know. I don't think
I
I
think
can watch the video.
I think that's a surf prototype.
Oh, it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wait, so, what the heck? So they soft revealed the surf a long time ago.
Yeah, Lucas showed it off even before that.
Did he?
I
I
think
don't feel like I
he
remember seeing it.
okay, maybe he didn't show it off, but he at least like alluded to its existence. Like we have known about
Okay.
the surf for a long time, as far as I know.
Okay, I didn't know that. Especially since I talk with him a lot. So that's interesting.
Secrets, secrets. But what isn't
Yeah,
a secret, Brandon?
the this what that the podcast is ending?
That is no secret. No, did you have anything else you wanted to add on to that, or anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, no, I think we covered a lot of ground here today. This is one of our most efficient podcast episodes.
Genuinely, I think it might be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Is that it?
Talk about efficiency, baby.
Is that it?
No,
It
we gotta
can.
do. No, it's thanks for watching Blade Bias podcast. You know who I am. I run the freaking channel. Brandon, where can we find you? What do you want to do? What do you want to
You
shout
can
out?
find me at the Brandon Baker, Brandon's Balisong Corner, where I occasionally do a stream once every 84 years.
True.
The Will Hirsch YouTube channel, I produce lots of content over there. It's a lot of fun, and we got a lot of fun stuff coming. Let us know what you would like to see in the future, because we need topic ideas. Boy, do we
Yes.
need topic ideas. If you've been listening, if you're one of the dedicated, passionate listeners of this podcast, what are you like? Guys, will you please talk about this specific thing? What's that thing? Let me know. And maybe I'll serenade you with a tiny ocarina. Who knows how that's going to come through the microphone.
I couldn't hear it because Discord
Great.
sound sound suppression. So, yippee!
Yippee language.
My fault.
Did you just... Did you just yippee with a hard double EE?
Do you know what my name is? It's kind of my whole thing.
Yeah, you're the only one that can do it.
Oh, I have the pass.
You have the... Yeah, you have the EE pass, yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Anyway,
Great.
thanks
This
for
is gonna
watching the
become a meme.
podcast. Anyway, we appreciate every second that you listen to this. We'll do more if we're legally allowed to at this stage.
And we'll see you later.